Hi, this is Like Other Animals, a program that explains who people take after. Our hosts today are 3 nameless Hungarian hamsters and 1 JT Manova. Today, for the first time on our program, we will show experiments on animals. We will try to find out whether animals procrastinate, whether they can idle around, and whether they taught us to waste our time. Normally, animals' instincts are very logical. Let's take the African hunting dogs. They have the instinct for patrolling their territory. So any African hunting dog can drive away any other dog, even a bigger and a stronger one. The other dog experiences the reverse instinct to run away from someone else's property. This is an extremely logical way to support the intergroup order. What happens if they meet at the border between their territories when it's unclear who is to run and who is to chase? It's so complicated, so precarious. Well, let's just dig the ground. Wow, what a perfect idea! Let's dig in. And dig they do. So when animals are torn between contradictory objectives, they show funny behavior glitches. Their behavior becomes purposeless. There is an interesting psychological experiment that studies this phenomenon. Scientists take Hungarian hamsters, put them in a case or a cage, and install it on a vibration table. And then the vibration table is turned on. The first reaction of the hamsters is normally quite adequate. They panic. They start climbing the walls because it's the most promising way out of the deadlock. I would do the same thing, frankly. But what happens next is more important. They all sit down and start to wash up. It would seem that being clean is not helpful at all in this situation. When animal psychologists first saw them do this, they had a hearty laugh, of course, and then called this phenomenon displacement activity. What is happening at this moment? The hamster finds itself in a situation it doesn't like, so it tries to get out. But the way out is unclear because habitual behavior patterns do not work. So the energy of escape behavior does not find a proper output. But you can always find an improper one. So in any weird situation, just wash up. It won't solve the problem, but at least you will become clean. Displacement activity occurs in 2 situations. The first one is frustration, the impossibility to start or to complete a needed action. This is the way it was with the hamsters. They wanted to escape, but they couldn't. The second is conflict, contradiction between 2 mutually exclusive objectives. This is the way it was with the African hunting dogs. It also happens with the seagulls that are hatching eggs. Let's imagine that the seagull is approached by a brave polar explorer. On the one hand, she wants to fly away to play it safe, but on the other hand, she's a mother and she has to protect the eggs. What should I do? What should I do? Oh, to hell with it, I'll preen myself. And so she does. At this moment, the seagull is experiencing a conflict of priorities. Let's explain it with the hamsters again. Let's call the first hamster protecting the offspring. It suppresses everybody else. But the polar explorer activates another hamster, the personal security. It starts to argue with the first one for its importance. As they're busy quarreling, they forget to suppress the third hamster, a humble one who did not even dare to venture out before. As the first 2 are busy with each other, its time has come. This is the hamster called clean feathers. So displacement activity is an unassuming hamster that is not suppressed by seniors anymore, so it takes the lead. At least this is what disinhibition hypothesis tells us. What happens when animals prone to displacement activity evolve, for example, into a Homo sapiens that does journalism? Here is our character sitting in their nest, writing an important article, an important one, that's important. And now, he or she is approached by a brave editor screaming, "We're on fire, we need a news report." What does the sapiens journalist do then? Maybe he or she keeps writing the important article or switches to the urgent news report. Nothing like that. They open Facebook and read it till late at night. The thing is that at this moment, the article hamster and the news hamster are discussing their priorities. And they both forget to suppress the Facebook hamster. This is what it was waiting for. This is how displacement activity evolved into the plague of the 21st century, beautifully named procrastination. If you don't know what procrastination is, then first of all, I envy you really badly, and secondly, it means viciously postponing what you have to do, displacing it by various unimportant things. The best definition I know was given by psychotherapist Daniil Gulaev. Procrastination is the revolt of devaluated affairs against the over-evaluated ones. So it's totally the same pattern as in the disinhibition hypothesis. The more multitasking we are, the more hamsters are fighting in our head for their importance, the more we clean up, dig the ground, the lower our efficiency is in the eyes of the society. What can we do other than pull ourselves together and reduce the number of tasks in our heads? By the way, when you start scratching your head or scrape the nose, it also comes from your internal hamster. This was Like Other Animals. Bye! Our hosts today are three nameless Hungarian hamsters and one J. Timonova. Hey! Stop falling, please, tumblers. They forget to suppress the third hamster, which... They're falling all the time. Who the hell wrote this script? Who did? Who of you?